I'm actually in a healthy relationship. You don't know that?
In a healthy relationship? Okay. She's saying you're Runz girl, what?
I'm a Runz girl. I don't for money.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
What in God's name was all of that? Hey Bethans, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha and I'm really glad to have you here. Please do all hit on subscribe button before you leave and also give this video a very big thumbs up at the end if you enjoyed watching it, okay? Please watch my ads, alright? And also turn on the post notification just so you get notified every single time I put out a new video, okay? Now let's just get straight into today because oh my god. All right, first of all, there was a clip of, Prince, Tolanibaj, Wathoni, the octagon. According to what they called it today, was an octagon. Now, Ebuka started off with Wathoni, and he was like, Wathoni, what was all of that in the house? I mean, you were here, you were there, you were with Prince, Bright O, then there was the kid wire thingy, just what was all of that going on in the house? And Wathoni opened her mouth to say that everything that happened in the house for her was cruise. Okay, I don't have water to sip, but okay. She said it was all cruise because for her, it wasn't really that deep. She was just trying to make it look like it was nothing. Ebuka now asked Dorothy, okay, Dorothy, what do you think about this whole Wathoni Prince situation? Do you think that it was genuinely cruise? And Dorothy was like, she doesn't think so. Because for her, she was well aware that Wathoni had feelings for Prince. Ebuka now asked Tricky, who was obviously Wathoni's best friend at the time. Tricky, what do you think? Do you also think that it was cruise? Do you think that, her just saying she liked Prince was all a joke? And Tricky was like, I wouldn't know if it was cruise like she said, but all I can tell you guys for a fact is that she actually liked Prince, and she even made that known to Prince. And even me, I'm confused, like sitting down here, I'm like, sister, there was no cruise in any of those things. Please, can you stop? Like, it's too early. It's too early to start lying about things like this because we still have more. There are more things to be said about you. So if you are starting out with a lie, then that's the problem. Ebuka now moved to Tbaj. Okay, Tbaj, Alpha, on your own side, what do you have to say about the whole Prince thing? And she just went straight to the point. Like, initially, this girl was comporting herself. I was feeling Tbaj, like, yeah, just, tell us what it is. And she's like, yeah, I was feeling the guy. He told me he liked me. I told him I liked him as well. And then he told me that he wanted to be with me. And for me, I did not believe him because at that time, Nengi had just rejected him. And obviously, she didn't want to be the last option or the second option. So for her, she did not entirely believe Prince when Prince told her that he liked her. For her, she felt like he was gaslighting her. And according to Tbaj, she feels very, very embarrassed, because she shouldn't have gotten in the mix in the first place. Because getting out of the house, there were a lot of insults from Prince's family members and just the people on the internet generally. And she just wants to clear that out, that she's a baby girl and she's this, she's that. She even stood up and gave us a swell. I'm like, okay. Well, the question went over to Prince. Prince, tell us, what was that between you and Tbaj? And Prince was like, to be honest, I was feeling Tbaj. I liked Tbaj genuinely at the time and I made that known to her. But it just seemed like I was never enough for Tbaj because she wanted me to be by her side all the time. She wanted more of PDA. Now, before you ask me what is PDA, that is public display of affection, okay? She just wanted all those touchy things, you touch me, hug me, kiss me everywhere, you grab me and all of that. She wanted that and he wasn't about that life. Plus, she wanted him to stop talking to certain people just because he was with her. And for him, it didn't make sense because I don't have any issues with this person. Why do I have to stop talking to them just because you say so? And it was just a lot. She was draining him in terms of just wanting to be around him all the time, and it was just too much for him. Besides, we're trying to make this thing work. It's already a lot for me and all of that, only for me to find out that you were feeling your best friend's boyfriend at the time. Of course, the best friend at the time was V. And the boyfriend at the time, well, up until now, is Neil, okay? At that point, yeah, Tbaj just cut in and said, oh, maybe if you were man enough, then I wouldn't have had to use my best friend's boyfriend to get you jealous because you are not man enough, blah, 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 blah. And then, she just went off. Now, Ebuka asked V, What do you think about this whole thing? And this, like, first of all, like, let's just get these facts right. Yeah, I said a lot in the house. Like, I'm that person. My mouth is not good. I talk a lot, okay? And yes, I said a lot of things about Tbaj, and that was because it was coming from a place of hurt. Why would someone I consider my friend, you know, be trying to get at another man with my man? Like, it didn't make any sense. And all the time when Tbaj was in the house, she did not know about it. It was after they evicted Tbaj, she now got to find out. And so a lot of things that she said about Tbaj was because she was angry, and she had every right to be angry, because why would you want to use my own bobo to go and be peppering another person? Are you mad? You know, go find another person to do one. V now even went on to say that, okay, fine, let's even assume that it was only in the house she was doing that. Like, now she's claiming that she was just trying to get back at Prince and all of that. How about the interview you granted with Ebuka when you left the house? You told Ebuka, when Ebuka asked you, like, what's up with you and Neo, you specifically told Ebuka that if Neo comes out of the house and still comes for you, you will give in. So what is all this? You were not feeling Neo, you were not feeling Neo. Like, you were actually feeling the guy, and you know, from nowhere, Tbaj just started like, you know, what are you saying? See, you V, you are a bitter leaf, you are this, you are that. And V is like, yes, I accept it with my full chest. I am a bitter leaf, I am a witch, a genuine. You know, it was so dramatic. Yes, that for her, she will accept all those names, but this is actually why she was angry. Like, it wasn't even about any other thing. And you know, Tbaj just went on and on and on. Now at this point, yeah, Neo now interrupted and he's like, guy, calm down now. Tbaj, calm down. What is all this? What is all this? And so she just faced Neo, say, you just shut up your mouth because you are a liar. Guy, I rated you more than this, but at this point I'm even disappointed at you. You too they lie, blah 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 blah. Neo was like, what do you mean? It's not my fault that I did not find you that attractive. And she's like, look, see, don't even start with me. You know, you're saying you did not find me attractive. Okay, what was the conversation you had with Erica where you were telling Erica that you were feeling me? And Neo is like, I don't understand. Feeling you in what way? That particular day I was at the dining with Erica. We were prepared for our oracle game and everything, and then you came out with your hair like nicely packed, and I gave you an open compliment. Tbaj, you look nice. Like, this your hair makes sense. And guys, I remember that day. I actually remember that day. And like Dorothy actually said, she made it clear that Neo is someone that gives a lot of compliment. Like, we cannot take that away from him, and we cannot actually hold him to that, you know, because he's someone that when you dress well, he'll tell you, babe, you look nice, you know, guy, you look nice. That's the kind of person Neo was, you know. Dorothy made that clear, you know. And then Neo was like, okay, fine, because I give you compliment, does that now mean that I was feeling you? Tbaj now said, no, that's not the point. The point is, when I went back to meet Erica, I had a conversation with Erica. I was asking her, you know, where the question came from, because Neo had asked Tbaj if she likes PDA, and for Tbaj is like, where's the question coming from? Neo was like, that was just a random question, but that doesn't also mean that I was feeling you. So all these things you are saying now doesn't make any sense. I did not find you that attractive, so don't beat it. Like, do not beat it. This thing got Tbaj so angry. Did I mention that she actually threw a pillow at V while she was raking? And V is like, if you like, throw me another pillow. If you like, come and remove my eyelashes, come and remove my wig. I'm just going to be here because I'm just going to let you talk. Now Ebuka asked me a question, you will not let me talk. You are there shouting because you say you are a bad bitch. So guys, please, let's give Tbaj the room to be a bad bitch, you know, for her to sit down and all of that before I continue talking, because I'm not that mad, you know. Let's just let her run mad and just let's give her space. I'm like, oh my wala. Tbaj was just going on and on and on, threatening to beat V, say, I'm going to beat you, I'm going to smack you, I'll tell you that I'm not your mate. If I don't beat you here on live TV, I'll beat you at the hotel. And V is like, whether here or whether hotel, I'm ready for you. Like, V was just really calm about the whole thing. Like, sis, run your mouth, you know. And then Tbaj just went on and said, see, don't even talk to me because you don't even have a degree, blah 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 blah, you didn't finish college. And V is like, okay, I didn't finish college, but I'm the most well-spoken housemate of everybody. I mean, that was what everybody kept on saying after we left the house, and we cannot take that away from V. Like, nobody should even do that. And V is like, yeah, I did not finish college, but I'm doing okay. I'm speaking well. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You that you went to college, Ungwa, what have you used your college to do? Tbaj now says she's doing something. She mentioned one thing that she's doing, plus her logistics company, that she knows that V does not have sense, that they are going to use her logistics company to drive V's sense back. I'm like, okay. And then Neo was just there trying to like calm everybody down, like, okay, this is not it. Please, I did not see you like that. The fact that I asked you whether you like PD or not doesn't mean that I was feeling you in that way. So I beg, sorry say you no work out, no go carry my name go coven, because as things be like this, we don't know where you fit go. Now Tbaj face and say, you just shut the fuck up, because now you're behaving like a woman. How are you putting your mouth in ladies matter? By the way, I don't even see you like that. I do not rate you like that. You have not traveled out before, so I don't have things for guys that have not traveled out. I'm like, okay, Tbaj, relax. Like, you're overdoing it at this point. Like, just calm down, okay? Can you just calm down? Now for Ebuka, what he wanted to know was how Tbaj got to the point where she felt so much hatred for V, you know, to the point where she wanted to now use Neo as bait or whatever. And she was like, for her, when she got out of the house, she heard the things V was saying about her, and V was like, part of the things I said about you was that you don't have edges, and that's fact. You don't have edges, like, it's a fact. And she was like, no, that she was saying things about her, blah 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 blah. Ebuka still asked her, that's not what I'm asking. How did you get to this point where it's almost like you detest V so much and all of that? And she's like, well, maybe I didn't really rate her as my friend in the first place. And Tricky T was like, huh? In fact, let me tell you guys, I don't even believe that at all, at all, at all. Like, that's a lie, Tbaj. Like, that's a lie, okay? It's not about you not rating her. You genuinely liked V, and V liked you as well. So if you guys had any altercation after all of that, then that's by the way. But don't come here now and be using us to catch crews that, oh, what was happening there was, oh, maybe you did not rate her as much. Sisterly, that's a lie. Guys, let me tell you, V and Tbaj went on and on and on to the point where V was like, oh, the words on the street is that you, Tbaj, you are a Runz girl. And Tbaj is like, I'm a Runz girl, Bishop, na me be Runz girl. You self, you be Runz girl. Don't let me talk about what happened at Peckham. And V is like, what happened at Peckham? Tbaj now said, you will be say you they suck dick for money. And V is like, nah, I don't suck dick for money. I suck dick for free, okay? And the person when I just sucking dick, it did your back. Now I be Neo, because Neo was sitting right behind Tbaj, and I'm like, okay. In fact, the whole studio was hot. You know, Dorothy was just fanning herself. Everybody just defined cover. I'm like, this is too much. Like, nah, this is too much. But then again, that is what we signed up for, okay? Now, after all these Gbasgbos, towards the end, Ebuka was like, okay, Prince, do you take responsibility for everything that happened, you know, with this octagon and all of that? And Prince was like,
I'm not going to address her situation anymore. She's too insignificant of a fact.
say Watoni is insignificant, but that he takes responsibility, you know, because he could have actually made his decision long ago before this whole Kasala bust and everything. So for him, he would take responsibility for that. Now they now ask Watoni, do you take responsibility? And she gave us an outright no. They now asked Tbaj, do you take responsibility? Tbaj now said no. Then again, she now said, well, maybe she could have just remained the self-independent, sophisticated woman that she has always been, instead of just getting into any entanglement. Now, from nowhere, Ebuka now said, okay, Watoni, do you want to address the insignificant thing that, you know, Prince just said about you? And Watoni is like, yes. And then she faced Prince, and she's like, Prince, if you say that I am insignificant, then that tells a lot about your taste, because it means that your taste is low. More so, I am older than you, okay? I am older than you, and I am more interested in older men, so I cannot even be with you. And thirdly, I am a snack. Then she said she got up, gave us a swell, and was like, Prince, do you even know how much this my dress cost? You cannot afford it. You cannot pay my bills, blah, 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 blah. She now said, can I sit down now? Ebuka was like, I didn't ever ask you to stand up in the first place. I'm like, hey, what? Now I said, Ebuka is just savage. Savage, guys. And now showed us to be continued. Like, maybe that's what they're going to show us tomorrow, where Dorothy was like, Brighto was more like a vampire. I'm like, where did that come from? She didn't even remove money from her wallet or something. She was like, Brighto, I think you even need money for your tears. Then she flung a note to him and everything. And then before we knew it, Katrina from nowhere just gave us the bomb of the night. And she was like, the guy could not even last 5 seconds. I even left him on my bed and went over to the sitting room. I'm like, Mado, after all the, you know, I've been in a relationship, no sex, nothing. Somebody's not telling us that you did not even last up to 5 seconds. So what was all that waiting for? Can somebody explain it to me, please? Because at this point, I am tired. Alright, anyways, guys, that's basically everything that happened on today's episode. If I missed out on anything, or if there are more things that I feel like I need to talk about, we're definitely going to do that tomorrow. But for now, this is me signing out. Alright, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will see you guys on the next one. Okay, bye guys.